Crochet Plus. If you are new to the channel, I have here a stack of patterns that were put together for me. I did not pick them out myself. Anything that could give away what they are has been blacked out to the best of my son's abilities. He's the one that does this for me. We have numbers in the bowl. Each pattern is numbered. We pick a number. We work the pattern with no context, no title. Any hints have been blacked out, and no pictures. If there are pictures, we do have them. I just don't have any of the titles or pictures with me. My son keeps all of those until I'm done making a pattern. So we're going to work 2 or 3 mystery patterns in a row because my hardcore vintage only viewers have been so lovely and patient while I've been uploading a lot of my old non-vintage content. So I want to give back to them, and we're gonna give them what they subscribe to this channel for. So we're gonna do a few 2 or 3 patterns in a row and take a little break on my non-vintage content. Here we go. Let's pick a pattern. Okay, what do we got? Number 6. Oh, goodness, it's right on top. Oh, it's a problem child. Let's just pick another one. No, it's a problem child pattern. Oh, okay. Well, again, if you're new to this channel, I'll leave a couple of links down below to some other videos where we worked on these patterns from this book specifically, and you'll see why we call it the problem child pattern. The stitch terms that this book provides are all UK stitch terms. Not one US stitch term in the description of the stitch terms. But yet, we get patterns where they call for a chain 3 at the beginning of the row to count as your first double crochet. Do you see what I mean? So this book is really very poorly put together. We call it the cash grab book because it is one. This book even has, we did one pattern. I won't give away what it is, but we did one pattern for an item, and we nailed that pattern. We nailed it word for word, instruction for instruction, and the photo that the book offered didn't look anything like the final result. They grabbed a picture of a random said item and just threw it in this book. This book was a total cash grab. Okay, we don't have any yarn, thread, or hook sizes. There we go. 6. Begin with 3 chain, work 2 double crochet. So this is going to be one of the US patterns. Okay. I don't know what we're going to make. Continue fringe from the squares. Are we making squares? Let's see here. Work 2 double into each, missing the first, second row, 5 chain, 1 treble crochet. Is this US or is this UK? In the UK, a double crochet is equivalent to a US single crochet. And in the UK, a treble crochet is equivalent to a US double crochet. I'm going to look at this pattern and I'll be right back. So let's look at our pattern. It does not give us any material. Begin with 3 chain. Work 2 double into each. We have to figure out, as this book is notorious for giving us both UK and US patterns, but not differentiating between the stitch terms. It only gave us one set of stitch terms. And let's just go ahead and start. It says here, begin with a chain of 3 and work 2 double crochet into each. Well, you know what? That could also be singles. You know what I mean? Because a chain of 3, how do you work double crochets from that, into 2 of the 3 chains? So perhaps it is single crochets, 1, 2, and then 1 and 2. Doesn't that make sense? That kind of makes a bit more sense, right? So chain 5. So now the confusing part is, do I work just a double crochet? 1 treble into the first loop, 1 chain, 1 treble into the next, repeat. This would be a UK treble. I skipped a whole stitch. No, I didn't. This one's already coming out of that stitch. Let's see what it would look like with US treble. See, with the chain 5, a US treble just makes more sense. But with the way that they wanted us to start this, a UK double or UK single crochet just made more sense. I don't know. I don't know. This is the most troublesome book. Let's try this. And I will do this. This red might be a little bit difficult to see with my dark gray background. So we'll do this. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yarn over. Let's just give this a try, because it's kind of reading like a US pattern. 1, 2, 3, and 4. What do you think? Maybe. Then it says to chain 5. 4. You know what? Okay, I went ahead and switched to a 5mm hook, and I'm going to go ahead and work this in UK terms and see what happens. Once it's to chain 5, I almost want to just chain 4. I think I'm getting much better stitch definition with the 5mm. Yeah. Okay, so third row, 1 chain, double crochet into every loop. 1 chain. Working, okay, so loop is also stitch. So it wants us to work. I'm going to work into the very first one, into the back loop only. I'm more convinced now than ever that this is a UK term, because it said chain 1 and then work a double crochet. That can only mean single crochet with the chain 1. And I'm working into the back loop of the chain stitches and the double crochet stitches. Kind of makes me want to go back and get rid of that starting 5 chain. Okay, that is the back loop of every stitch. All right, leave it as is. There's probably a reason for it. Just leave it alone, Corinna. Okay, 4th row, like the 3rd. The chain at the beginning increases the width. There ought to be 10 now. Let's see what we have right now before we even do row 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The chain at the beginning increases the width. So they're counting the chain as a stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, actually, if they're counting the chain as a stitch, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then if I work in my turning chain, which, why? That just gives me 9. So perhaps maybe I did this part right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now here's my chain 5. What if I work 1 into the top of that chain 5 and 1 into the next chain over. The next row will now have 10. Watch. Chain 1 counts as 1 stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and working into my turning chain makes 10. Okay, so the turning chains are counted as a stitch, which is totally foreign to me, but I'm here for it. It's okay. So let's look at row 5 now. It says here 4 chains, 1. I'm just going to say I'm going to translate this into US terms. So 4 chains, 1 double crochet into the first loop of the previous row. 1 chain, miss 1, 1 double crochet, repeat 4 times. Okay. So 4 chains, 1, 2, 3. See, now it's only asking for 4 chains. Before it asked for 5, and I think that's because we were meant to work in those top 2 chains a stitch. I think I'm on to something here because now it's basically telling us to do this. It sounds like a repeat of this. So, okay. 1 double crochet into the first loop of the previous row. I wonder if I'm supposed to, it doesn't say to work back loop. So, see the first. Oh yeah, because we're doing increases, aren't we? So I wonder, am I supposed to, no, because then it would have said the same loop, right? So maybe this is correct, the next loop over. And then 1 chain, miss 1, 1 double crochet. 1 chain, miss 1, 1 double. Well, we'll know if it matches up at the end. Miss 1. Okay, so do I work into the turning chain? Or was I supposed to miss 1 over here? No, because it didn't say to miss 1. Into the first loop of the previous row. So maybe this is how it increases. By doing this. And then into that turning chain. Oh, that's a bother. There's got to be a better way to work into that turning chain where it's a little more secure. Yeah, I think that'll work. Yes. So I'm going to pick up the turning chain and this little side loop right here. Come on, you. There we go. That's a little more secure. So maybe that's sort of like an increase. Let's see here. We would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We increased by just 1. Okay. It says here, repeat 4 times. Oh, yeah. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, repeat 4 times. Okay. 6 row, 1 chain, and double crochet for 2 rows. So this is rows 6 and 7. 1 chain and double crochet for 2 rows. I'm guessing I work, the chain at the beginning increases the width. The chain at the beginning. Okay, 2 rows, then open row. This is open row. This is called open crochet. This filet crochet is open crochet. Always increasing until your stripe is sufficiently wide. When it is so, continue to increase at the side, which is about 4 inches long, and decrease from the point at the opposite angle. Huh? For the second stripe, make a chain of 14 stitches, do 2 rows of double crochet. Third row, 1 double crochet, work a long treble That's probably going to be a double treble. Let's consult our terrible stitch terms. I think a long treble, the long stitch is made by turning the cotton twice. So then a long treble would be a US treble, UK double treble. All right, 1 chain and double crochet for 2 rows. Am I meant to keep working in the turning chains then? I don't know. But I'm going to work the back loop because it had me work back loop down here. Okay, 1, 2. I wonder, this chain here, the chain at the beginning increases the width. So I think we are always meant to work into these little turning chains. I got to tell you, I feel like I'm working totally in the dark with this one. Okay, this is the chain 1. And then the 3 chain here. This makes the top of our turning chain. See here, counting the turning chain on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there was an increase. Okay, so this chain 1 is I'm going to work into that stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It said to keep doing this until it's 4 inches wide. I'm assuming. Man, a picture would probably really help. And then I'm going to work into that turning chain, but I'm going to do like I did before, where I'm going to pick up the turning chain. And if I can, the little stitch just next to it here. You know what? That turning chain is kind of split, which is causing it to be a bit secure. Look at that. Okay. So that was my 2 rows. And then the open row, always increasing until your stripe is sufficiently wide. When it is so, continue to increase at the side, which is about 4 inches. 4 inches long. And decrease from the point at the opposite angle. What does that mean? And then we just move right along to the second stripe. For the second stripe, make a chain of 14 and do 2 rows of double crochet. Man. Increase at the side. Am I only supposed to be increasing on one side? Am I only supposed to be increasing on one side? Basically working on the bias? I think I'm supposed to be increasing on one side. I don't know. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I'm not going to mess with chains. So here is row 1, 5 chain, that's row 2. Okay, so 3 chain, 1 chain, double crochet into every loop, working the back. Okay. And I'm not going to add an extra stitch on this side. Just going to leave it as is. 4th row, like 3rd, the chain at the beginning increases the width. There ought to be 10 now. So what I'm going to do is actually work 2 single crochet into the first. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm 2 stitches short. Okay, so I am going to have to work in that 1 again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. Oh, okay. Dang it, it is going to have to be. Okay. 4 chain into the first. Was I supposed to work back loop? Okay. 6 row, 1 chain, and double crochet 2 rows. 1, 2, 3, 9. This would be the chain 1, and then this would be the top of the chain 3. I don't know. I think I'm supposed to be increasing on one side, so I'm going to work 2 here. Because I think I'm supposed to be increasing on one side. Increase at the side, which is about 4 inches. Then the open row. I don't know what this even is, but that's what I have. I mean, I feel like I'm following it right. She says with a question mark. I don't know. Okay, always increasing until your stripe is sufficiently wide. When it is so, continue to increase at the side, which is about 4 inches long. I'm sorry, guys. I just don't get it. This one's got me. For the second stripe, make a chain of 14 stitches. Do 2 rows of single crochet. Third row, 1 single crochet. Work a long treble. I don't know. I'm so stuck. I just don't know. I don't know. So since this one broke my brain, I did have Justin bring me the picture. I think I don't want to work any more patterns from this book, so I will be getting rid of the remaining patterns I have in my bowl. It's supposed to be a crocheted sofa blanket. I think I've kind of got it, but I'm not quite sure how to do this bit. I don't know. Here is the whole pattern. If you want to give it a try, I'm not going to mess with it anymore. I have such a heavy bias against this book. Here we go. And there's that. You can take screenshots of all of that. So let me get my patterns. There's that one there, and I think that's it. Okay, I am done. Nope, we have one more. Okay, I'm done with this book. I'm not going to work those patterns. I'm done with even looking at the stitch terms. I'm done with that book. It's not a pleasant experience. It's not fun. I don't look forward to working those patterns. I love a challenge, but I don't like needless frustration. I'm sure you guys can all understand. So that's my executive decision is I'm not going to put myself or any of you through working from that book anymore. I'm done. I wash my hands. Let's find something else to work on real quick so we can turn this video into something quick and easy. To me, this looks like it would make a beautiful little star snowflake. I think that's really super cute. It says crochet star for antimacassar, but I see like something Christmassy. I see an ornament, a tree topper. It's very pretty. Let's play with this pattern. Okay, so star. Here is the whole pattern if you want to screenshot that. And there is the picture. So you can screenshot it, print it off, and keep it. These patterns are from the 1880s and 1890s. In the beginning of the book, which is right where we're right at the very beginning. These are all 1880s. So we're gonna stick with this yarn here, or actually I'll just use this one. Of course, all of these patterns are in proper UK stitch terms. So we can be confident in that. So it says here, work 12 chain in this round. This is meant to be worked with a thread. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay. 7 chain, 1 double. Do I need to be working in the round? Probably. It doesn't say to join, but I think it's a fair assumption. Okay, 7 chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In fact, I'm going to bump down to a 4mm. I'm going to bump down to a 4mm hook because this, I have no doubt, is meant to have a fair bit of stiffness. Will a 4mm slip? No, that'll be fine. Okay, be right back. I'm going to start that over again. There's my 12. Join. 7 chain. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I ran into one word on here that's not covered in the stitch terms. Now, the stitch terms in this book, I did include in my stitch term hook thread and reference guide. You can find this in my Etsy shop. So these are the stitch terms that came straight out of this book. There is no long treble. But in other publications' definitions, we do have a long treble. Put the thread 3 times before drawing it through. Now, is that a US term? Could be. Treble crochet, work as for the last. So treble crochet is going to be yarning over twice. Short treble crochet, put the thread twice. Yeah. Okay, so these are US terms here. So that wouldn't work for this. So when it says long treble, I'm going to assume it is a yarn over twice. All right, so we have our 7 chain, 1 double, 4 chain, 1 long treble, 4 chain, 1 double, 5 times, making in all 6 small points, 6 large points, then fasten off. I'm not going to fasten off because that's for color change. They're asking for a lot of color changes in this. I'm just going to work one color. So single crochet, or I'm just going to work a slip stitch. I'm just going to work it as a slip stitch. Okay. 4 chain. I'm going to yarn over twice, and that makes sense. If it wants a long treble, a UK treble is a US double. So if they want a long treble, it just makes sense that it would be a double treble. It just wasn't called that yet. Especially if they're asking for 4 chains, because 4 chains is the height of a US treble, a UK double treble. That makes sense. Then 4 chain and 1 double 5 times. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm just going to work these as slip stitches. Yeah, my hook is a little too small for this yarn, so it does it does like to split a little bit. That's all right. It'll be worth it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Four, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be it. I'm going to work this until I have 6 of these and 6 of these all around. I will change color just because I realized I did have to cut because now it wants us to join at the top of the larger little petals that we made here. So I think what I'm going to do is, see, they color change for every little row. I think I'm going to do this center solid star in the red, and then I will border it in the cream. And I think that'll look really nice and pretty, and it won't look like snowflake because snowflakes aren't red and white, but I don't care. I think it's going to be pretty, and I don't care. So I'm going to pick any random point right here, the top of this double or treble crochet, I mean. Is my work backwards? It surely is. Yeah, I have it backwards. It's backwards. Okay, join at the top of this stitch here, and I'll join with the red. Move this to the side for now. Okay. And it's telling us, it says, here we go. With next shade of amber, which really sounds pretty, work enough chain from one large point, I'm going to say petal because it kind of looked like petals, to the other to lay flat, but in a point. On this chain, work 3 rows of ribbed Russian crochet, which is back loop only single crochet. Let's just count how many they did. We'll just kind of cheatsies a little bit. Let's see here. We'll call this the join. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to guess 12. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then a join. So maybe it's 11. Let's try that. So not counting the join stitch, and I'm off to the side. So not going to count that join stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If I were to count the join stitch, it would be a total of 13. If you want to count the join, we just worked 12. And then over to the next big petal, this join would make 13 if you wanted to do that. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Now I probably should work 12 because that join just kind of counts as a stitch, doesn't it? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You know what? I am going to say it's 12. It's going to be 12. So just with the join, do 13, I guess. Or no, with the join, count your join stitches 1 and just do 12. And don't count these joins here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Maybe even red and gold would look really Christmassy and pretty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then one more, 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Join. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I guess I can join into this. You know what? I'll just join back into the stitch. Okay. And then it said to work 3 rows of basically back loop only single crochet, and I'm going to work it into the actual chain stitches. So without chaining or anything, I'm going to jump right into this joining stitch right here into the top of that loop. That's 1, 2, and we will need to do increases. So I think at the points we'll work an increase. It doesn't say to, but it just makes sense that you'd have to. And I'm going to find a stitch marker because I will lose my first stitch. 100% I will lose my first stitch. I think yellow will be a very visually easy color to see. Right here. All right, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Here I need to work some kind of an increase, so I will work another stitch into that 6th. One, 2. Because if all you did was work the 12 over and over again, it'll start to curl. I don't think we want it to curl. And I'm going to skip over the joining stitch. And actually, yeah. I should have marked the increase. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There. That's my increase stitch right there. So actually, let me mark that one too. Oops. Don't want to lose you. 2. We'll do some more blue. 3, 4. Okay. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the 7th stitch over. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so the 7th stitch is where I'll increase the next time around. Ignoring this joining stitch here, just going to jump straight over. 1. Or actually, to create a sharp point, don't ignore it. Work a slip stitch. Like that. Then the next stitch over. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, see, that looks good. Definitely work a slip stitch. I think I made my stitches a little tight. See here, slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, slip stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, and into the same stitch. 7, and I'll mark that 7th stitch. And then we should have 6 going back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then I'm going to slip stitch into that joining stitch. And then work 6 up. That first one right there is hard to see. That's the first one. A little bit difficult to get into as well. There we go. 1. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to work this all around. 2. Yeah. Okay, I'll be right back. The star looks totally different. So my phone got down to 22%, so I had to let it charge. And I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and work this up in the way they're describing it with kind of, I don't have amber colors. I do have these like 70s looking earth tones, and you change the color every row. I wanted to see how that looked. And I thought, oh, that's so pretty. So just to let you know, the first row here, I worked 2 on the point. And then every time I came to the point, which was the 7th stitch from here, I worked 3 in that 7th stitch, allowing 6 on each side. And then this third row, I worked 3 in that middle stitch. So now here we are. I like it. It's kind of 70s looking. Why not? So moving on now to the final portion, the border. And let's see here. Where are we at? Okay, that is insert. Okay, form a Van Dyke. This is done. Fasten off, join. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, then join the next shade of amber and working 5 long treble divided by 5 chain into the top of each point. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay, so we're going to work 5 US treble crochet, UK double treble, divided by 5 chain into the top of each, 7 chain and 1 single crochet into the lower part of the Van Dyke. So here, the number of chain in this pattern must depend on the size of the wool used and the method of working, either tightly or loosely. Okay, so I will start here, and I'm going to use this bright yellow just to kind of keep in with the color theme here. And I will go ahead and just do a chain 4 for the first treble, and then 5 chains, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a total of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then come back into the point, work the treble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now they said the number of chains will depend on the size material you're using and whether or not you're chaining tight or loose. I'm chaining fairly tight, but not super tight. I am using a thicker thread, so if I don't like the way it looks, I'll drop down to 4 chains between, or even 3. I'm glad that they verbalize that you can really just, it's maker's choice. Give you the freedom. Which you can do that anyway, but it's neat that they say that. I think I am going to need to, yeah. So let's drop 2 stitches off that 5, and we'll do 3 stitches in between these Van Dykes, or I mean, these trebles. And I did block this while I was also waiting for my phone to come back. So my phone's at 92 now. But it was the star points were kind of curling a little bit like this. And so I knew I needed to block it a little bit to continue to work with it. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. and then jump over and work a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and into the next point. Start working these again. Now let's see how that looks with the 7. It looks good. Yeah, that looks really nice. So, okay, I'm going to keep working this all around, and I'm taking their advice with the thicker yarn that I'm using. I'm just going to work the 3 chains between the treble crochets. These 7 chains here seem nice. They're going to work out just fine. So I'm going to work this all around, and I'm not sure how I'll join. I'll likely just join down here, but I'll come back whenever I'm ready to join, and I'll finish this off with you. So what I wound up doing was chaining 7 and slip stitching into the 3rd chain. I just counted 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th chain over, 3rd chain up, I slip stitched. And go ahead and cut. Let's take a quick peek at how this is looking unblocked so far. I mean, the solid star itself has been somewhat blocked. I just pinned it and used my hair dryer. So it could probably still use, it was just a quick block. I didn't use a whole lot of heat. I probably could have done it a little longer and used a little more heat, but there we go. There is the little star. I mean, bear in mind, this is a drawing. And there is reality, and I do really love these colors. They're very, very 70s. Justin, what do you think? Look at how 70s these colors are. It looks like wicked 70s, doesn't it? Yeah. Late 60s, definitely 70s. Okay, so that's it. That is our patterns for the day. Thank you so much for joining me. I got rid of those nasty patterns, so going forward, there shouldn't be any more of these hiccups. I'm going to make us 2 more mystery patterns. So we're going to have 3 videos in a row. I will see you in the next video. Love you lots. Bye.